just the cat's meow.
What is it, dear?
The police busted the speakeasy down the street last week.
Holy cow, I can't believe it!
I know, they were doing a pretty good job of keeping it a secret, too.
Does the article say anything about what happened to the workers?
The bartender got pinched, but I haven't read anything else yet.
I wonder if Cousin Jimmy has heard anything about it yet.
I wonder. I'll go write him a letter. Gee willikers, I bet Cousin Jimmy hasn't even heard a single smidge about this. I can't wait to tell him. I sure hope Cousin Jimmy gets this soon.
Aw, narts. It's been a long day. I just want to sit down and listen to some radio.
Hi, this is Ben Delfino with your NBC radio report. Recent reports have shown that the police are really starting to crack down on the gym mills and speakeasies. Some recent police raids include the gym mills downtown. So stay away from that gig of water for a while. Now here's Louis Armstrong with the Heebie-Jeebies, brought to you by the voice of Firestone.
Wow, who would have thought? Cousin Lucy lives downtown. What does she think? Has she heard about it? Maybe I should give her a ring.
Hello?
Lucy, it's Jimmy. How are ya?
Oh, hiya, Jimmy. I'm doing great. Yourself?
Myself, too. I was just giving you a ring to see if you've heard about the busting of the speakeasies lately.
I heard. In fact, I read it in the newspaper. I wrote you a letter 2 days ago. You didn't get it?
By George! No, I haven't. Well, it's amazing we both got telephones now. It's such a faster way of communication.
And how?
Communication sure has changed. I think these telephones are the bee's knees. But now these radios can get info to more people and faster.
They're the cat's meows.
Anyway, it was great talking to you, Lucy. I gotta go get a cup of Java. Tell Auntie I say hi.
Sure will. Hope to see you soon.
Whoopee. Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, here are some of the advancements in communication during the 1920s.
As you can see, communication evolved greatly up through the 1920s. Communication started as simply writing letters and sending them through the mail. It later evolved into newspapers and then eventually the telephone and the radio.
The mail and letter system has been used ever since there are people. This method was extra popular during times of war. People would write letters to their loved ones and send it by foot. However, as time moved forward, mail became to be delivered by mail cars. This method is still used today.
The newspapers came after letters. The first newspaper was called Public Occurrences in Boston in 1690, but was later destroyed. The first successful newspaper, again in Boston, began in 1704 and advertised goods, relayed stories, and represented political opinions. Although newspapers are very convenient forms of communication, they can also lead to controversy. For example, newspapers through yellow journalism encourages the start of the Spanish-American War. Ultimately, though, newspapers were a very good source of communication.
The telephone was also a very convenient source of communication during the 20s. In 1876, Alexander Graham Bell created the simple telephone. Although his invention was slightly altered and wasn't used until later on, it remains the same basic invention. The telephone was a hit amongst the people because it was the fastest means of communication they'd had yet. Instead of going to someone's house to relay a message, one could simply call over. This simplicity is what made the telephone such a hit.
The radio was another form of communication in the 1920s. It was just as fast as a telephone, but could be broadcasted to multiple people at once. The first radio station was KDKA, which was created in 1920. By the end of 1922, there were already 4 separate radio stations, a large number for that time. Radio stations played jazz music, relayed public information, advertised programs, and had better sound quality. By the end of the 1920s, even books and TV shows for all ages were read over the radio. People would plan their days around the specific radio programs, and overall, people loved this means of instantaneous communication.
That's the advancements in communication during the 1920s. Thanks!
The evolution of communication, it is vast. Mails, newspapers, telephones, and radios last. It's the Roaring Twenties.